In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Mainly because modern politics does not run on laws alone. It runs on lies. Lies dressed up as stability, lies sold as reform, lies repeated until people stop asking questions. The truth is dangerous because it exposes the gap between what politicians say and what they do. It shows that corruption isn't accidental, it's structural, that poverty isn't failure, it's policy. That's why truth tellers are silenced, mocked, or called radical, not because they are wrong, but because they are precise. The truth is, power doesn't fear violence, it fears clarity. When you refuse to repeat the lie, when you name the system instead of the scapegoat, when you think instead of chant, that's not opinion, that's revolution.
Ngiqale ngokuxolisa kunoma ubani ongazwani neqiniso. Kunoma ubani ongafuni senze introspection njengabantu base South Africa esilithanda izwe lethu futhi esilikhathalele, esikhathalele nekusasa lalezwe. Ngiyaxolisa kumuntu onjalo. Ngikusho lokhu ngoba kule insuku ezedlule kukhona ivideo engiyenzile lapho engithe khona inkinga yethu njengabantu base South Africa akuwona ama-foreign but i-government yethu. Ngakhipha izizathu, ngakuvezela ubufakazi, ngaze ngenza umzekelo ngathi ukuba khona kwama-pothole emgwaqweni, ukuba ukuthi abantu bangabi nagesi noma ukuthi ugesi ubize ngendlela obiza ngayo, ukuthi odokotela bengabibikho ey'bhedlela. Ngike ngalimala ngathola i-car accident kule nyanga ephelile. Ngaye esibhedlela ngayi-experience into engikhuluma ngayo. Isibhedlela sonke ubusuku bonke kube khona odokotela ababili, kukhona abantu ababelethayo, kukhona abagwaziwe, kukhona thina esivela esithole i-accident, kukhona bonke abantu. Odokotela abekho, abaqashiwe. Sinodadewethu nabafowethu abaqualified as odoctor, sihleli nabo emakhaya. I-department, uDr Aaron Motsoaledi uthi akanamali ngoba uNational Treasury uthe mababi imali yangenela imali ukuthi ikwazi ukukhava lezo indleko zabo. Sinothisha, kunabazali lama sikhuluma udaba le-NSFAS abathi iy'ngane zethu yifundile, ba-qualified, zikhona iy'kole, othisha baqashiwe kuze kube namhlanje. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi e-KZN kulo nyaka ophelile babefuna ukurecruiter 25,000 yabo yamaphoyisa ukuze kwazi ukuliwa nobugebengu, kodwa kwagcina berecruite 19,000 ngoba i-government is underfunded i-department. So umuntu kongalifuni lelo qiniso ngiyaxolisa kuye futhi unelungelo lokuthi ayishiye le video angaqhubeki nayo ngoba njengoba sila fanele silikhuluma iqiniso cause ukuthatha ukuthi sifuna i-scapegoat ngoba singafuni ukuthi imini ibhekwe ngakithi. Nathi kukhona esingakwenzi kahle, nathi kukhona esingakwenzi kahle. Ngenhlahla-ke empilweni yami ngeke ngaba umuntu othengisayo, ophila nje ngokuthengisa izinto. Ngeke ngathengisa ngisho nasemgwaqweni. Abantu base-South Africa uma uthengisa emgwaqweni bakuthatha ngathi awuphilanga kahle ekhanda, bakuthatha ngathi awulutho. Angiyeke ingakho futhi ubabona abaningi bengathengisa emgwaqweni, kugcina kuthengisa labantu bangaphandle ngoba abantu bala eSouth Africa bakubuka sengathi impilo yakhe isuke isiyehle kakhulu mangase kuthiwa yena uthengisa emgwaqweni.
But le conversation ye-African unity ayikaze zibe khona before ever selokhu kwaba khona, right? Ama-countries, South Africa was the last country to gain its independence, last one. Wonke lamanye amazwe could have been talking about African unity. All along they could have been talking about it, but they didn't talk about it. Now South Africa has created a country that is a model of what other Africans want.
Okay.
So they leave their failed countries to come to this country because it's a model of what being free and being a rebel is like. Criminals in South Africa thrive. So now we're not importing the best of the best on my immigrants. That's one thing you must know.
Yeah.
We're not importing our immigrants out top class in their countries.
Yes.
Jacinta Ngobeso Ganele kwaZuma ungomunye wama leaders engiwakhonzile. Futhi enginganankinga nokumlalela, ngamlalela nje usuku lonke mayikhuluma, kodwa le statement ashoyo ukuthi akukaze kube ne-conversation ekhuluma nge-African unity asilona iqiniso. Le statement ashoyo asilona iqiniso. Yingakho kwaba khona i-African Union yafonywa ngo-1963, yingakho kwaba khona usuku ekuthiwa i-Africa Day. Laba khona ngesizathu lolo suku. Ngifisa ukucaphunela ivideo ka-PLO Patrice Lumumba asichazele nje umlando ukuthi kwenzakalani, yaqala nini lento ekuthiwa i-Africa Unity, njengoba yena ethi ayikazi ibe khona i-conversation.
When the momentum for decolonization took place, Africa was seeking to decolonize, not as a continent in that homogeneous sense, but to decolonize in the context of the individual countries arbitrarily created in Berlin in 1884 and 1885 by the colonizing European powers. So the British colonies were seeking independence from Britain, the French, the Portuguese, the Italians, the Spaniards, the Belgians, and the Dutch. It is in that context that we must understand the idea of African unity post-colonization. And the idea of African unity started to emerge immediately after the independence of Ghana. It is Kwame Nkrumah on the 6th day of March 1957 who famously said, "The independence of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free." And sometimes when we say this, those who know that Sudan was created in 1956 say that Ghana was not the first country to regain independence. But we say so because Ghana's independence was unique. It was a pronouncement by the Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah that it heralded a new beginning. And to Nkrumah's credit, no sooner had Ghana gained independence as Ghana having been Gold Coast, then he started the movement towards African unity. And he says he convenes a meeting immediately after that in 1961 in Morocco. And thereafter he convenes a meeting that calls upon the others to embrace unity. And some of the individuals who very quickly embrace Nkrumah's exhortation is Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere of Tanzania. Nyerere tells the leaders of East African countries, namely Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya and Apollo Milton Obote of Uganda, that he is prepared to persuade his colleagues in Tanganyika to delay the independence of Tanganyika so that Kenya, Uganda, and Tanganyika can become independent as one country. And it is instructive how selfless Nyerere was in that regard. He said, "I propose that Kenyatta, being the eldest, become the president of East Africa. As for me, I won't mind even if I'm an envoy at the UN." Of course, we know that that did not happen. And a little later, in 1963, the 32 independent countries, you can see the wave of independence. 32 countries are represented in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from the 23rd to the 24th to the 25th days of May. In 1963, hosted by Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. And once again, each one of those leaders, if you read the 32 speeches, are quite clear. They are saying, we need to unite. But at that time, what we don't say is that the European colonizers have started infiltrating African countries to ensure that the unity contemplated by Kwame Nkrumah and others is not achieved. So the leaders meet in Addis Ababa through two distinct streams. the Casablanca group, which wants unity now, and the Monrovia group, which says, no, we think unity is a good idea, but let us do it gradually. And Kwame Nkrumah says on the 24th, I think that is the day he delivered his speech, he says, we must unite, because if we don't unite, the neo-colonial powers are going to manipulate us. They are going to ensure that we do not unite politically, economically, militarily, and otherwise. And he makes a proposal. Ultimately, that is not achieved, and we end up with a very weak organization called the Organization of African Unity.
Into emnandi njengomlando ngoba ila uthola khona ukuthi kahle kahle izinto zenzeka kanjani, zenziwa ngobani, inhloso yabo kwakuyini. Ngifaka le video kaPLO uPatrice Lumumba ingoba ngifuna aveze ukuthi lento African Unity yakhulunywa yaqala ukukhulunywa ngo1961 kodwa ukuqala kwayo isuka ngo1945 iza ngapha nganeno kuza ngo1963 kuze kwakhiwa lekuthiwa OAU, Organization of African Unity. Yizo zonke izinto ezingazange zibe impumelelo ngoba there was infiltration. And okunye efuneka sikukhumbule, iAfrica ayicolonizwanga as icontinent. Ibalekile lo part le. iAfrica ayicolonizwanga as icontinent. iBerlin Conference yafika yayihlukanisa iAfrica ngoba iBritain yayirula the party South Africa, then amaPortuguese arule Mozambique, yehlukaniswa kanjalo kuba ama countries ngokwehlukahlukana kwawo. Ukube yacolonizwa as a continent kwakulula ukukhululeka kwayo ngoba yayizokhululeka as a continent njengoba ungakhuluma ngoAsia o China. Uyabona nje bacolonizwa bonke esikhathi esi1 akuzange kuhlukanisa ukuthi ube khona izwe lithi mina ngifuna le ngxenye nelinye lithi mina ngifuna le ngxenye. Okunye futhi engifuna ukucacisa, angiyenzi le video ngenhloso yokuthi ngithi ngivumelana nalesimo esenzeka manje ukuthi kufika abantu abangavumelekile ukuthi babe khona la eSouth Africa ngenxa ukuthi bafike ngokungekho semthethweni. Angivuni lonto lo ngeke ngize ngivune ngoba iwubugebengu. Kodwa ngithe ekuqaleni funa sike silikhuluma iqiniso. Mina into engiyisupportayo eke yakhulunywa kule minyaka edlulile kuthiwa i-Free Africa Trading. Nase into engiyifunayo mina, amazwe aseAfrica akwazi ukuhwebelana wona wodwa engekho ama customs in between. Ngikwazi ukuthi mangithengisa izambakhe ngiyisuse la eSouth Africa ngiyoyithengisa eSwaziland ngingazange ngakhokha mali. Umuntu oke wathenga izinto kwelinye izwe uyazi ukuthi uthi usuyikhokhile imali yalento oyithengile, wakhokha ngisho imali eKorea, ifika ibanjwe imali la kuthiwa khokha imali ama customs ye-tax. Sifuna ukuthi eAfrica funa itrade ikwazi ukutrade free. iAfrica izokwazi ukuhwebelana yodwa ngoba i-economy ukuzikhulu iyadinga ukuthi uhwebelane namanye amazwe. Esinye isihloko lesobuye sesikhulume ngelinye ilanga. Kodwa nje ngikhuluma ngalesi sizathu. Inhloso yami la ngiyakhona ngiya odabeni lika Julius Malema njengoba ubona isihloko, kodwa ngifuna ukuyendlalela lenkulumo ukuze ithi fike ku Julius Malema ubuso uyiqonda ukuthi kwenzakalani. Cela uzwe la.
Let's be brutally honest. Africa doesn't fail to unite because it's incapable. Africa fails to unite because unity is one thing the world feared the most. From the Berlin Conference in 1884, the global strategy has always been the same. Keep Africa divided psychologically, politically, and economically. Because a united Africa is quite unstoppable. Think about it, 54 countries acting as one. That's a superpower. And in a single market, you get a global competitor and a unified defense. It will be quite untouchable. So in simple terms, they made sure it could never happen. Colonial borders were drawn up to split ethnic groups, merge enemies, and manufacture conflict. They made unity, they created a nation where unity was engineered to be impossible. And then they stepped back and said, see, Africa can govern themselves. And funny enough, after independence, they didn't leave. They changed tactics. They replaced the gun with debt. They replaced the whip with diplomacy and chains with development aid. And then they installed leaders who served foreign interests, not African interests. And they assassinated and isolated the ones who dared to dream of unity. Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, Nkrumah, and Gaddafi. Every African leader who pushed for continental unity was either discredited, removed, or assassinated. That wasn't a coincidence. That was policy. And then there's the biggest factor, economic dependence. You can't talk unity when your entire budget is funded by colonial powers. You can't talk African solidarity when your mines, your ports, your energy grids are owned by foreign corporations. Dependency kills unity. That's the truth. But here's the twist. Africans don't fail to unite because they don't want unity. They fail to unite because unity has been systematically sabotaged psychologically, economically, politically for over 140 years. And bear in mind that a united Africa is a threat to everyone who benefits from a divided continent.
Le statement esishwelo sisoranzo sibaluleke kakhulu ekakhulukazi mayethi i-unity has been sabotaged psychologically, economically and politically. Uyabala for how many years? Yazi abantu base South Africa ngenxa ye divide and rule abezwani ngempela. Uma singakhuluma nje iqiniso nawo amaZulu namaXhosa awezwani. Ngoba amaZulu namaPedi awezwani. AmaZulu nabeTswana bezwani. Abazwani. Mawufika endaweni njengakoPitori, ngeke ngaya ke Pitori. Uma ngifika ngithi sanibonani bayashintsha ulimi. Abafuni ukukhuluma isiZulu. Ngoba banomqondo ukuthi nina amaZulu anifuni ukukhuluma ilanguage yabanye abantu. Fortunately ke ngikhulelela eGoli ngiyakwazi ukukhuluma namanye ama-language. Ngiyakwazi ukucommunicate nabo. Inkinga esinayo. Uma ufika kumaXhosa, amaXhosa athangcono kunamaZulu. Uma ufika kumaPedi, amaPedi awafuna amaZulu. Banezathu zabo. Leyo nje ikhombisa ukuthi iSouth Africa iyodwa. Lento eyayifuna ukuachieve apartheid, divide and rule iyasebenza namanje. Uma uSisiranzo ethi i-unity has been sabotaged economically, politically. Githi nje sisodwa la eSouth Africa. Asizwani. Uyabona masifuna lezwe lilunge. Kufuneka angazi singenze njani ukuze ilungele. Kodwa masifuna lezwe lilunge. Kufanele sikufunde ukuthi uma unaleli bale njengelami umfowethu akukhathalekile ukuthi ukhuluma luphi ulimi. Caphunela ivideo kaZola ayenza 4 years ago ekhuluma no Mac G kwi podcast and chill 4 years ago ukufakaza le nkulumo engiyishoyo.
And having grown during apartheid and seeing how things are now, have they changed? Or is stuff still the same?
Not much.
Not much, ne?
Yeah.
Especially if you go to Cape Town, ne?
Not much.
Ne?
Not much. People still want to keep to their races. We still have our moms working at Makishini, Batiba Sevens and Macharitini. The bloody domestic workers. Our fathers are still gardeners. A shitload of foreigners are migrating from their countries because of discomfort coming to South Africa, which they've been doing from way back in the 60s. Okay, from the days of even before that, about Cecil John Rhodes, when they wanted to build the Cape to Cairo, and they needed a lot of labor workers to go work in the mines. So people have been migrating to South Africa forever. So much that South Africa almost does not have borders. Okay, and this is our history as Black people. Any one of us could be related to a Mozambican or a Zimbabwean. Yeah, because I grew up in Soweto. We've been living with Mozambicans and Zimbabweans forever.
Yeah.
Okay? Any one of them could be my relative. That's what Cape to Cairo basically was, to build a railway track from Cape to Cairo to take all the wealth of Africa out of Africa into Europe. That was what Cape to Cairo, that was Cecil John Rhodes' vision. Hence, that country was called Rhodesia before it was called Zimbabwe, because it was named after him. That is why Congo will never recover, because of King Leopold, who completely destroyed that country.
That is why we as black people in this country cannot fully recover because of what apartheid did to us.
How do we combat it?
Yeah?
How do we fight it?
We change the mindset.
And how do we do that?
Huh? Well, the kids must go to school. It's no longer about us.
How nice of you to join us, Saul.
Artist of the Year, MTN Summer. I tell you why I brought this here.
Yeah.
And all of you listen to me. There's a problem when a black child tries so much, but there's no incentive. Black kids get fuck all. No matter how many goals you score, no matter how many debating sessions you win, black kids get fuck all. They don't bring certificates home, nothing. So it's messing up with the psychology. How can I score 2 goals at school and win a speech contest and I bring home nothing? That is why then you get a lot of people being forced to take their kids to the so-called private schools. Because there are things that private schools offer that since 1994, black schools at Kasi still do not offer. Therefore, it messes up with the psychology. So this is the first trophy I ever won. Everything else came after this one. If only a black child in the neighborhood could bring something home like this, it would stimulate them then to become Zola, then to win the summer awards and the metros and everything. But it started with that plastic trophy.
Ngakho ngingabamind abantu abangithukayo ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi lento uZola khuluma ngayo abayazi, abakwazi uku-appreciatewa from ekhaya, abakwazi ukusolwa kahle. Wazi umuntu wakho ukuthi ufuna ushawe ngeyibhakela uthuke ngayo yonke inhlamba ubizwe ngesehluleki. Yingakho ke uma kwenzeka sikhuluma into angahambelani nayo asebenzise enga ngoba akakwazi ukuthi kuyaxoxwa. Akazi ukuthi konje umuntu uyaboniswa ukuthi hayi lana uyaphambuka ngalesi sizathu nangalesi sizathu. Abakwazi. Yingakho ngena inkinga nabangithukayo. Ngiyazi ukuthi i-factory fault uthanda abangazange balithole emakubo. So ngiyayithanda uZola mayisho kanje ukuthi kunezinto ezenzeka kuma private school ezingenzeki kuma public school. Ngithe mangikhuluma ekuqaleni ngathi inkinga ayithi sinenkinga government ilabantu abalapha ebuholini ngoba izingane zabo zifunda kulezo izikole. They are appreciated. They are appreciated. Banama resources. Angifuni ukuphuma esihlokweni kodwa nje ngiyithandela lento esho uZola ngoba yenza ngikhululeke. Ingakho ngingena inkinga nomuntu ongithukayo. Umuntu onento ukuthela osafuneka afunde ukuzixolela yena ngenxa yenga mhlambe yokungalitholi uthando kubazali bakhe nasefamilini. Uba njalo vele uhambe ekhipha frustration yakhe yonke indawo la adibana khona nabantu. Asiqhubeke.
There's a lot of us that need to go back to farming. Less shopping in shops, more farming. There's things that we need to relearn that I think as Africans we've lost. And then there would be a lot of kids that need to go to school, even if they don't use that education, but if they could just get it, then we would change how we function. You must remember this one thing, that apartheid completely missed out on, and they didn't pick it up. Apartheid was fighting sober black women. There was a shitload of them. Their fathers were in exile. Some fathers were in shallow graves. Some fathers were in Robben Island. So apartheid missed out on this one little thing, that they were fighting a shitload of sober black women. They completely missed it. Had they managed to get a black woman drunk in somewhere like 1963, you and I would have been the third generation of children born with a natural alcohol. Yeah, alcohol fetal syndrome.
Yeah, I think I've got that one, me.
Yeah. If they wanted to destroy us, They should have had a black woman drunk from the 60s. They would have won a long time ago. They wouldn't even have been a fight.
So we owe our freedom to sober black women.
Yeah. We owe our freedom to our grandmothers who were very sober. But that is why more Kurumanga Women's Day. If you check all of those women there, and you check what they did confronting the apartheid system, knowing Guti, they would have been shot. And it was very possible, but they did it anyway.
Apart from all the violence and, how fucked up apartheid was,
Yeah.
can you not appreciate the genius of the system?
The art of war.
Yeah,
You must know your enemy.
yeah.
You must know all of his weapons and all of his fighting strategies and all of his thefts and everything. So it's very important for us to know apartheid and understand why it existed so long and why it still does. The book called The Art of War talks about that. Credo Mutua talks about that. There's no way you can go to war with a guy that you don't understand how he's coming to F you up.
Yeah.
So it was very important. It's still important for all of us to understand what apartheid is and was about, and how we ended up not owning land. And the majority of people who are white now own all the land and all the mineral wealth. Then you'll understand why some wars across this continent have not ended in about 40 years. People are still fighting and killing each other. 40, 50 years later. If South Africa went into a civil war in 1994, you and I would have been generals by now in a military somewhere.
Yabona wena, inkinga yakhe yodwa wena. Inkinga, you can easily become a victim because the system hates you. When inkinga yakho wena, you can easily become the victim. The system doesn't want you. So it's easy for all of us, if DANC and all the parties that are on GNU do stupid things, they allow our borders to be open and people flood to South Africa the way they want without right documents. We can easily direct our anger to you. Reason being, the system doesn't want you. And another thing, you always expose the truth, and you know very well that we don't like the truth. You know that we don't like the truth, but you keep telling us the truth, knowing very well that we don't like it. We don't like to hear that the borders are open, but we know that they are open. We don't want that. Why are you reminding us that our borders are open, whereas we know that our borders are open and we don't want to direct our anger to white people? Why uloku sitshela ukuthi amabhoda avulekile ufuna silwa nomlungu? Wazi kahle ukuthi siyamsaba ulayona scriber umlumbe uqhamuka ku-DA, and DA is the favorite of the media in South Africa. Inkinga yakho ileya, ukhona ukuthula, ufuna ukusitshela iqiniso. You want to hurt us by the truth than comforting us by lies. You see, the DA told us that they deported over 600,000 people. Why they are lying? They are lying. They are lying, but they tell us that they deported over 600,000 people, and you come to tell us that those people they deported, they come back to South Africa the following day. Why are you telling us the truth? Inkinga yakho ugcwele iqiniso ene thina silifuni. Asifuni iqiniso, sifuna amanga, siyenge. Siyenge njengabo bonke bayasiyenga. Why ungafuni ukusiyenga kanti wena? That's the statement South Africans are just afraid of telling Julius Malema.
Onke amamasha khona ayikho neyodwa ke amashele ofisini lika minister uSchreiber lo we-DA okuyena responsible, okuyena ophethe home affairs. Konke amamasha khona. Qinisile bhuti wami, umlungu siyamsaba. UJulius asimsabi, ingakho sosho noma yini kuye. Yingakho sizokhotha istatement sakhe sango-2020 sifuna ukusenza ngo-2026. Even though sazi ukuthi uJulius akekho responsible for amabhoda. Asisho ngoba simdefender, kodwa sisho iqiniso. wonke amamasha akhona ayikho eke yaya kuminister kwathiwa sifuna uminister akaphume nayo imemorandum yethu nazi izikhalo zethu njengabantu base-South Africa. Uyena umuntu responsible for i-BMA, Home Affairs, uyena okhipha ama-permit, yena okhipha ama-passport, yena okhipha ama-permanent citizen, yena self. Ngitshele yodwa imasha eyodwa eke yaye ofisini lakhe, ngitshele yodwa uma ngabe uyayazi. La kwathiwa khona izolo ngibonela uPrimus Gauteng imashi ngibonile iye kuye izolo noma ku day before yesterday iyile kuye uPanyaza Lesofi. Bafike futhi abantu bangafuni ukumlalela mayithu uyakhuluma, kodwa ayikho neyodwa eke yaya kulo responsible for i-Home Affairs. Isizathu siyamsaba umlo. Angisho lutho kodwa ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi abantu bakithi basho yonke into abayithandayo ngama nginankinga, kodwa kangisho lutho. Ngiyabeka nje nami ukuthi ayikho neyodwa imashi eke yaqonda ngqo e-ofisini lakhe yayothula izikhalazo, nazi izikhalazo zethu kuwe wena ophethe, aphume naye aba-address. Akukhona yodwa imashi eke yaphuma yaya lapho. uJulius Malema usho imessage izolo lapha bekhuluma khona labantu base-South Africa. Ukhulume kanje.
After beating up fellow Africans, and you don't realize that the same people who made you fight each other during apartheid are the same ones who are doing the same. The provinces that are fighting black on black violence are the same that did during apartheid. The tribe that is fighting black on black violence is the one that did during apartheid. At the center of black on black hatred is a state-sponsored and capital-sponsored hatred to distract you from giving you economic opportunities, to make you blame wrong people for your misfortunes. There's no Zimbabwe that took a land from you. There's no Zimbabwe that took a tender from you. There's no Zimbabwe that took a job from you. There are no jobs. The jobs Zimbabweans are doing, you don't want to do them. You are so educated enough to can do those slave jobs. That's why, not that you are lazy. You are not lazy, you know your worth. And you're refusing to do those jobs. That's what I'm hated for saying they've got and stole. The people who stole your land are white conquerors, are white colonialists. It is written in books. No Zimbabwean conquered you, no Nigerian conquered you. Why are you turning your back on what is the true reflection of who we are to want to entertain sponsored contemporary politics that seeks to distract you from why you are unemployed? They are moving you away. Apartheid did the same. It made the ANC to fight with the IFP so that they are distracted from fighting for the liberation of South Africa. The script is the same. The writers of the script are the same people. Why are you not learning from your history? That we are being made stupid. We are being taken advantage of. They are repeating what they did in the past when they went into quarters and made us to fight one another in the hostels and kill each other. Same people are doing it today. You are refusing to think. You are refusing to be critical. You are thinking about the next election. If I say this, I won't get elected. Hell no.
Ngiyibambe le video. Ngicela ukuzukuphola kwakho la comment section ngizwe ukuthi wena ubona kanjani lonke lo daba besilixoxa. Uthi CIC akekho umuntu waseZimbabwe okwasithathela umhlaba njengabantu bala eSouth Africa. Singaye emlandweni. Mhlawumbe ungangipha ama unawo. Uthi uZola from ngabo 1960 bani kuze kube manje sinayo inkinga ye migration njengabantu base South Africa. Mawungalalela ingoma kaBaba Human Masikela ethi Stimela mawungayilalela kahle le ngoma umlaleli uyakutshela ukuthi le stimela ngoba labantu bazosebenza ezimayini beza ngestimela basuka kuZimbabwe basuka kuMozambique basuka bese Johannesburg bazosebenza ezimayini ngestimela. athi hi uyilalela lo ngoma le ikhuluma ngalesimo esikhuluma ngaso ngesikhathi kwakunale migration yayikhona. Sengake ngakufakela umlando la. Khona amavideo lawa engangawenza. Ngafaka uDr Lazulu Shaba echaza ukuthi uma amabhunu ngoba iSouth Africa yahlukaniswa phakathi. Ithe mayihlukaniswa phakathi yayinama province awu4 yahlukaniswa phakathi. Kwakhona the British side ngazi kwaba khona naliphi elinye side. Then kwathothi laba bangapha kwaZulu amaZulu awafuni ukuyosebenza emayini. Awayizwisisi kahle indaba okuyosebenza nasemaplazini nomoba. Ngenxa ukuthi babefuna ukuthi umsebenzi uqhubeke base belanda amandiya. Njengoba ubona kusinabantu bomdabu waseNdiya bebaningi kakhulukazi ngapha koThekwini ingoba balandwe eNdiya ukuze bezosebenza emaplazini nomoba. Umlando nje loyo. Ukuze njengoba sibona amandiya engaka nje kulezwe lakile South Africa noma kuthe makuhamba isikhathi ke bagcina sebengena labantu bakwaZulu bagcina sebengena ngezimo ezithize. Ngaphinde futhi ngathi istatement eshiwo uJacinta Ngobese oganele kwaZuma sokuthi akukaze kube neconversation ye-African Unity asilona iqiniso. The conversation yaqala uba khona ngo-1961 yazoba khona ngo-1963. So umlando nje loyo, umlando. Ngithanda sithathe lethuba sixoxe. Le nkinga ekhona yebo yona inkinga kodwa engiqaphelile mawubuka abantu ababakhona abaparticipate kulama mashi funa ukhathazeke ngoba bonke labantu babonayo abasebenzi ukube labantu they were employed government yethu beyi-investor kwi-infrastructure yethu bebezoba busy labantu kube i-government yethu beyi-investor kuma-industries kuma-firm kuma-companies thatha imali xhase lawo bantu invest i-government yethu banqamle yona le mali ka-350 besingawutholi vele u-350 ngaphambilini bathathe lo 350 bathathe lawo ma-billions lawo ba-investe kugenerate-ke imali eSouth Africa kube nalento e-Free Africa Trading kuproduce izinto la zithengiswe eZimbabwe zithengiswe eGhana zithengiswe kuphi nabaseGhana bathengiswa kwabo kube khona ukuhwebelana ibizoba khona imisebenzi bebengeke bebe baningi kanje abantu abamashayo. Ilokho nje ngikushoyo mina nawe sidibane kwivideo elandelayo.